Welcome, fearless seekers, to a plunge into the abyss of America's most spine-chilling unsolved enigma. Tonight, we venture into the shadowy heart of Cleveland, Ohio, where a sinister force unleashed terror in the 1930s, leaving whispers of dread in its wake. Behold the Cleveland Torso Murders, a gruesome saga of decapitated, dismembered bodies that transformed a thriving industrial hub into a labyrinth of nightmares. Dubbed the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run, this phantom carved a legacy of fear. Ignite a candle, secure your doors, and prepare for a journey into a darkness that clings like fog. Dare to join me? Imagine a twilight in 1934, where Cleveland's Kingsbury Run, a rugged shantytown nestled by roaring steel mills, hums with the pulse of desperation. The air shimmers with coal dust and secrets, a canvas for a predator's art. On September 5th, two wide-eyed boys unearthed a horror: a woman's body, her head vanished, her torso sculpted with eerie precision by an unseen hand. Was this a random act? No. This was the sinister overture to a symphony of slaughter that would echo through time. Christened the Lady of the Lake by a captivated press, this first victim emerged from Lake Erie's depths, her story etched in the scars of a meticulous killer. Limbs severed with almost surgical grace, her flesh bore tales of a mind both brilliant and unhinged. Authorities stumbled in the dark. No name, no leads, only a haunting void. Newspapers ignited the city with tales of the Mad Butcher, a moniker that ignited curiosity and terror. As winter loomed, Cleveland braced for a storm of bloodshed yet to come. What secrets did those waters hide? Time crept forward to February 1936, and the butcher's shadow lengthened. A man's headless torso bobbed ashore near Euclid Beach, a playground of joy now tainted by death's cold embrace. Bloodless and perfectly carved, the body whispered of a killer with a surgeon's touch, or a butcher's glee. Panic rippled through the streets as detectives chased phantoms. Was it a vagrant with a grudge, a rogue physician, or something more diabolical? The missing heads left identities adrift, ghosts haunting the lapping waves. The summer of 1936 unfurled a new chapter of dread. On June 5th, a burlap sack near Jackass Hill revealed a woman's scorched head and torso. Her features melted into oblivion. The killer's use of fire to erase traces hinted at a cunning evolution. That crude sack, a macabre gift, suggested haste, or a taunt. Cleveland's forgotten corners, teeming with outcasts, became his hunting ground. Yet the butcher remained a phantom, his face a mystery lost in the haze. By August 1936, the tally grew. Two more torsos, a man and woman, discarded like trash in Kingsbury Run. Her body bore the marks of pre-death torment, cuts that told of sadistic pleasure. His torso, wrapped in an old coat, offered a clue that dissolved into nothingness. Mayor Harold Burton's resolve hardened as fear gripped the city. The butcher's artistry, precise yet psychotic, posed a riddle. Was this a genius or a madman unleashed? Enter Elliot Ness, the legendary crime buster who toppled Al Capone, stepping into Cleveland's chaos in 1938. Determined to slay this monster, he launched a bold raid on Kingsbury Run, sweeping up hundreds of transients in a desperate net. The move sparked outrage, uprooting the vulnerable, yet yielded no killer. Strangely, the murders waned. Did Ness drive the butcher into hiding, or did he silence a suspect in secret? The question lingers like smoke. The butcher's crescendo hit in 1938. On April 8th, A woman's torso surfaced by the Cuyahoga River, her legs found miles away days later. A deliberate dispersal to confound. By August, 2 more victims, a man and woman, lay exposed as if the killer reveled in the chase. Ness doubled his efforts, but the trail vanished, the butcher's shadow merging with the city's gloom. What drove this escalation? Suspects emerged like specters. Frank Dolezal, a local oddity, was nabbed by Ness, dying in custody amid whispers of torture. Was he the butcher, silenced? Then there's Dr. Francis Sweeney, a war-scarred surgeon whose skills matched the cuts. Questioned but never charged, he retreated to a sanitarium, taunting Ness with cryptic postcards. Did insanity shield him? Or was he the mastermind pulling strings from the shadows? The victims' identities dissolve into mystery, mostly transients, their lives erased by poverty, and the butcher's blade. They were society's unseen. The Lady of the Lake might have been a working girl, her anonymity, his weapon. The tattooed man bore ink that hinted at a sailor's past, yet his story faded. Without heads, their voices are lost, their silence a perpetual cry for justice. Cleveland's 1930s backdrop fueled the terror. A city of steel and struggle, its depression-ravaged streets bred despair. Kingsbury Run, a hobo haven, offered the butcher a cloak of invisibility. The mill's ceaseless roar drowned out cries, the river swallowed evidence, and fog veiled his escape. This was a predator's paradise. How did he thrive so long? Police grappled with a nightmare. Lacking modern forensics, they leaned on intuition and rumors. Autopsies unveiled a killer's craft. Sharp incisions drained corpses, yet some sites showed no blood, hinting at remote kills. This mobility stumped them, their searches yielding only echoes in the night. Who could evade so deftly? Ness's 1938 raid on Kingsbury Run was a spectacle. On August 18th, he torched the shanties, detaining hundreds in a bid to flush out evil. The poor paid the price, but the butcher slipped away. Did Ness bury a suspect's name to save face, or did the killer flee, his hunger sated? The debate fuels endless speculation. Dr. Sweeney's shadow looms large, a World War I vet, his shell-shocked mind unraveled into alcoholism and oddity. His surgical prowess aligned with the butcher's work, and he lived near the kills. Ness's lie detector test passed with eerie calm, raised doubts, while Sweeney's taunting postcards to Ness hinted at a game. Committed in 1938, he died in 1965, taking secrets to the grave. Or did he? Those postcards were a chilling tease. Scribbled with cryptic riddles, one read, "I am still watching," a vow that chilled Ness to the bone. Kept hidden to avoid panic, they suggest a mind reveling in control. If Sweeney was the butcher, his sanitarium refuge was the perfect alibi. How clever was this foe? Other suspects flicker in the mist. Vagrants like Walter Legenza, executed in 1935, or local butchers with bloody trades, all fit pieces of the puzzle. Yet evidence eludes, each name a thread in a tapestry of doubt. The butcher's anonymity is his triumph. What if he walked among us still? The cultural echo resonates. The Cleveland torso murders birthed books, films, and legends, turning Kingsbury Run into a haunted shrine. Locals shun it after dark, swearing they hear footsteps or see a cloaked figure. This unsolved saga weaves into Cleveland's soul, a scar that pulses with every retelling. Modern probes offer faint hope. In 2018, the tattooed man's DNA was tested, but no match surfaced. The missing heads, buried somewhere, hold the truth, their absence a final mockery. Technology teases answers, yet the butcher's identity remains locked in time's vault. What fueled this monster? Psychologists ponder power, art, or ritual. The Depression's cruelty might have twisted him, or war's scars like Sweeney's ignited rage. His staging, drained blood, perfect cuts, hints at a twisted ceremony. Each theory paints a portrait of a mind both brilliant and broken. The victims demand our memory. The Lady of the Lake, the tattooed man, and others were souls, not statistics. Their lives, snuffed out, reflect a society's neglect. The butcher hunted the forgotten, his invisibility their curse. Their muted voices beg for resolution. Cleveland's scars endure. The Cuyahoga River, once a grave, flows on, whispering secrets. Kingsbury Run, now a silent park, hums with unease. Visitors report chills, as if the butcher's spirit lingers. This land remembers, its history a ghost story etched in stone. The legacy is a mirror. The case exposed police limits, birthing forensic leaps, and spotlighted the poor's plight. Ness's tarnished fame reflects the cost of failure. The mad butcher stands as a totem of evil unbound. What lessons linger in his wake? So who was the Cleveland torso murderer? A doctor, a drifter, a demon in disguise? The answer hides in Kingsbury Run's ashes, guarded by decades. Share your theories below. Dare to solve this riddle? If this gripped you, like, subscribe, and share with a thrill seeker. Felt a presence in the dark? Tell us. Until next time, stay curious, but beware the shadows.